Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps lots. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are after market close on Wednesday, March 30th. We're going to take a look at MU, Micron Technology today. Now, MU is interesting in the sense that if I take this fib and I go from this low in August of 2020 to this high in April of 2021, okay, so quite some time ago, and then we just scale it forward, we see all along the way here, respecting a lot of these levels, right? Comes down to 50, dips below near the 618s, runs all the way back up and tops out not quite to the penny, but pretty darn close. It goes to stretches a wick to 98.45 from 96.96 being the top out. But what does it do? It comes all the way back down to the 38.2 fib again, and then runs up, bumps off of that resistance level, if you want to call it that, comes down, takes the 23.6 almost to the penny as support, makes a lower high, and then falls all the way back down. And where does it catch? Right around the 50. And that brings us to March 15th of 2022. So very recently. And then what does it do? It has this big gap up, right? Big up almost 9% this day. So big gap up, comes down, starts to retrace toward the gap. But what does it do? It catches on this 76-ish level, which is the 38.2 fib. And now it's catching resistance just today on this $84 level, which is the 23.6. So I'm a little bit hesitant to do any more work than what this chart is already doing, even though it ties back all the way into late 2020. But I think what we can do here is to just say, if it can't secure support here at this $84 level, then what I would be looking for it to do as it's heading down here today, right? This is a down candle, so it's coming down. This is where it's closing around this $79 level. It may be coming down again to retest this $76 level. And if it can't hold that, then it's likely coming down to retest this $69, $70 level. If it is able to make a run back up here, whether it's tomorrow or in the next few days, but if it doesn't need to come all the way back down to 76, and it can try to overtake 84, that's the next key level in my mind. Obviously, there will be this like $80 psychological level. You see that playing out with topping out here, trying to catch support here, catching support here. That's that psychological $80 level. So I wouldn't fully discount that either, but it's about right there at the moment. But to me, to the upside, next big level, 84. To the downside, it needs to catch at 76. And if it can flip that 84 from resistance to support, then it should open the door to a run. This $88 level will be pretty sticky. You see all this previous support it was trying to catch and resistance here. But that obviously unlocks the key to a run to 90, which would be a solid psychological level. And then once again, this $97 level, really, can it try to reach that and flip that from resistance to support? So that's, a $20 ways off at this point. But that's just to say that to me is the path there. But right now, being that it's selling off today, it is sort of on this trajectory at the moment of making these series of lower highs that we're seeing. However, it's going to be flagging probably a bit because it's also coming up and making higher lows unless it falls below that $76 level. So it's kind of in this sort of flagging pattern. If we were to stretch that out, you could see this here. We could toss this in. I'm not going to leave it on the chart because it's just going to be really cluttered. But I'll throw in an approximation here, and you can have a look and sort of like toss it in your own chart to sort this out for yourself. But, it's putting in something like this, right? Somewhere around there. It's putting in this wedge. But like I said, I'm reluctant to get rid of these fib levels since they have played out so well for so long and have just proven to be really solid bounce zones to the upside and the downside. Now, the other thing that I would do is zoom in and take a look at like the 1 month and see what we might be looking at here if anything's playing out. So we see a solid several trading day consolidation range here, right? This is a pretty strong like short-term level. You see it's even playing in back here. Right? This whole range here, this like bottom half level between the 84 and the 76, that's where it wants to just put in most of its price like leveling, meaning not a price level, but like that's where it wants to consolidate out. That's where buyers and sellers kind of are finding like a happy medium where yes, they run up sometimes out of it and they fall down sometimes out of it, but they continuously seem to be returning to that level. I used to call it in my videos magnetic zones. And right now, this is that magnetic zone for MU. When it's above $80, it wants to pull itself back to 76 to 80. When it's below 76, it wants to pull itself back to 76 to 80. So I would look for it to make a clean break at some points and not either retrace back into that range or not swing back up into that range once it leaves it. But right now, all that these range breaks are proving is that it's like has a strong magnetism to that zone, and it keeps pulling itself back into range. So it's back in there now, right? 76 to 80. So I'd continue to look and see if it's just going to kind of bat itself around in there. Maybe there's some strategies that you can put into play in order to kind of play that consolidation range. Or like I said, if it breaks, see if it comes down and wants to catch itself here around 69.70, or if it's going to catch any strong resistance around 84 and kind of go from there. But that's what I'd look for at the moment, this strong magnetic zone and how it's going to play off of that. All right, folks, I hope that you had a happy hump day. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.